Traded it all if I gave it all away for one thing.
So welcome back. Well, I'm excited about bringing my next guest on. I have with me Ryan Larson, and he is the CEO and president of First Line Financial. We've had you on before several times. You've also been thinking about the possibility of maybe getting on your own radio show someday. You like coming on my show and talking, and especially when David Fisher's on, who's going to be on later. But I want to talk a little bit about you and what makes you different. You know, there's a lot of financial advisors out there, but let's talk about what makes you different.
No, great question. What makes me different? So, you know, I think the separator is just the mentorship that I've been through. I didn't come, out of high school and start to do this, job. What I did is I went to college. I made sure I learned about the financial industry. I went to work with some of the top financial advisors out there. I really wanted to know what the best advisors were doing and why they were so special. What made them good, right? So when I went to my first advisor, he was doing some really neat things. He was doing a lot of day trading, actually. And, that's where I kind of picked up a lot of my expert, skills on trading. I used to be a currency trader. I started off just staying up all hours of the nights, looking at different, the euro against the dollar and all that craziness. But it's all about learning specific aspects of the financial world. Okay, it's not just about stock picking. It's about building a plan, right? And that's what retirees want. They want a comprehensive plan. They don't want to just put all their marbles on, let's say, Facebook, and hopefully it's going to go through the roof, right? Mm-hmm. They want something that's diversified. They want something new, though. They're looking for an advisor who has a different spin on what they've been kind of sold to by a broker their whole life. Mm-hmm. Because the brokers really just say, hey, let's just buy, hold, and diversify, and let's put your money in small caps, mid caps, large caps, maybe some international or emerging markets. But Carol, if you look at, the last decade and a half, that really hasn't worked out very well for a lot of people, right? We had the 2000 with the dot-com bubble. We had the, 2008 real estate crash. It's been a tough roller coaster ride. And that's what retirees and baby boomers, they're tired of it. They don't want to experience all those, ups and downs in the markets. So they want a plan, all right? They don't want to go to a product pusher. They want to come to a portfolio designer, and that's what I specialize in. I was just going to say,
that's what you do. You specialize in being a portfolio designer.
Yeah, and I really take pride in that. And it's because there's so many companies out there, they have a lot of for-profit products, so essentially if they offer you a product, they're probably going to be getting compensated pretty well in the back end, all right? So I'm a fiduciary, right? I have to do what's in your best interest first. Fiduciary just comes from the Latin term for trust. And on April 10th, I believe, they're going to incorporate this new DOL ruling that makes all advice givers a fiduciary. So now these big wirehouses and banks, they're scrambling because they only had to do what's suitable, right? So,
now they all have to come up to snuff.
They have to come up to snuff, exactly. So like in 2008 or 2006 to 2008, was a mortgage-backed security suitable? Well, yes, it was suitable. I mean, was it crap? Yeah, it was crap. I mean, let's call it, what it is. But now you can't put your clients into something like that because it's really not in their best interest and it's not going to fit their overall plan and what they're hoping to accomplish with their money. Because what separates an advisor, it really comes down to three key questions. Number one, they should be asking you, what's the purpose of your money? What are you hoping to accomplish with it? Number two, what's your current or future income needs? Okay, it's all about the income. I just read a white paper. It's come from the Harvard Business Review, and it's from Robert C. Merton, and he says, he titles it, "Our approach to saving is all wrong. We need to think about monthly income, not net worth." So it's not how much money you have in in your portfolio. It's how much income you could generate from it. So that's the second part. You have to understand what your current and future income needs so we can solve for that. And number 3, what's your liabilities? Because if an advisor doesn't know your assets and your liabilities, then he can't make a good recommendation, and if they just come out right off the gate and they're just trying to sell you something or push you in a product, then that's not in your best interest.
Right.
They need to see your whole financial picture, do a financial snapshot, see what you're involved with right now in your portfolio, and then do a stress test to see what's going to happen moving on.
Well, let's say there's somebody out there that's listening going, this guy makes sense. He really does. And they already have somebody. You do second opinions. You need to. There's a lot of people out there. Listen, there's financial advisors out there, but you can also find out whether that person's really right for you or not. And the only way you're going to know is whether or not by having a consultation with you.
Right.
It's like having a second set of eyes look at something for you.
Yeah, we call it a visit because really that's what it is. We're just visiting with each other to see if it's a good fit. It's not a meeting. It's not an appointment. It's a visit. Because sometimes clients, potential clients come in my door and it's just not the right fit, or we just don't align with each other, which is fine. We're going to shake hands and I'm going to wish them the best of luck. But what I'm hoping to accomplish in that first visit is I want to create a relationship, right? It's all about creating the relationship, seeing if you could solve for their needs and getting them to where they want to be. It's not where you want to take them. It's where they want to be. What's keeping them up at night, and you want to try to solve for that, that fear. So that's when I designed a portfolio, take in all aspects and use all investment tools and all vehicles out there. I don't just specialize, or I don't just focus on one tool. I have a toolbox. I use multiple tools in my toolbox to solve their income needs.
You also wrote a white paper, and it's got a ton of information on it. It's not short. And it also, I love it. I have it mine. And it's also in color, and there's graphs. You said you love graphs. It's very informative, and we want everybody to get it. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And it's retirement, what you need to know. It's pretty much everything. I don't care if you have a financial advisor or not. Everybody should have this and just read it and see if it's something that there's missing that's out of your portfolio, right?
It might, bring something up that you never even thought about. And that's what I want. It's all about education.
Exactly. And that's what you really are all about. You do seminars. I know you got a couple of them coming up soon. Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, so we got a seminar at Ruth Chris. It's on Scottsdale and Indian Bend. It's on January 10th and the 12th. But I'm going to let the listeners know right now, it's booking up very fast. We have half the room filled on both nights right now. So if they want to attend, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on annuities. Annuity is just a tool that I use in my portfolio, okay? If an advisor tells you to put all your money into an annuity, run.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back. We want everybody to stay put, don't run, and listen, because, you do specialize in them, but they're not all for everybody. There are some that are right and some that are not. We want everybody to get his white paper. It's retirement and what you need to know, and everybody should have it, everyone. So give us a call here at 602-277-5369 and check him out at firstlinefin.com.
But traded it all if I gave it.
So welcome back. We're talking with Ryan Larson, and he is the CEO of First Line Financial. We were talking at the break. Every time you come on, it's a different thing,
Yeah.
But it's all about the education of it, and the information going out is so important. We want these people to have this information, and that's why I like my show, that people get to offer things like this. Thank you. And no, I'm not saying, I'm just saying for the things that we offer.
No,
and this is something that I think, again, that everyone should have. It's your white paper on pretty much everything in retirement. It's very extensive. It's retirement and what you need to know. We have our lines open here for people to get it. And for you, you're telling me it is a relationship business, what you have, and you want to visit with people.
Absolutely.
You want to talk to them. You want to find out, are we a fit? do I have what you're looking for to help you to help you sleep at night, is
Sleep
what you
better.
said.
Yeah.
Sleep better at night. So we have our lines open here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check him out on his website. It is firstlinefin.com. You can also call him direct, and his number is 480-729-6246. He does free consultations because he wants to visit with you, find out whether or not this is a fit.
Yeah. Let's face it. I mean, finances, that's really what drives our lifestyle. And a lot of people are scared to talk about their finances or meet with someone because they don't know, what their future holds. But it's better to start now, talk to an advisor, get a second opinion, because really, I can make a difference. I can make a difference in people's lives, and I have been making differences. I've just met with a gentleman who's, he's 70 years of age. He's been working with the same financial advisor for the last 30 years. I mean, he has a great relationship with them. But guess what? He works, the broker works
He's been doing it for 30 years. Some things have changed.
Things have changed, right? I mean, and you need to grow. I mean, I'm 39, but I've been doing this for, over a decade now, but I've built this company. I mean, you have to stay educated. You need to stay ahead of the curve. But this gentleman said, Ryan, why hasn't anyone ever showed me what you're talking about? Why isn't anyone talking, or why isn't all these other advisors talking to you or talking to me about this? And it's about becoming a specialist in a few different areas, okay? I'm a specialist in annuities. I'm a specialist in alternative investments. Now, I have great experience with trading, so I understand that. But I can't compete with the Wall Street, guys who are, millions and millions of dollars. So I let my very sophisticated institutional money managers handle that side of my business. So annuities, when I talk to my clients about a comprehensive portfolio, I might use an annuity, because an annuity, what is it? It's a pension, right? It's your Social Security payment. It's going to give you guaranteed lifetime income. It doesn't matter how long you live, it's going to be there for you. It makes sense for a certain part of your portfolio. There's 4 different types of annuities. There's good ones, there's bad ones, there's fees, there's no fees. That's what's good about coming to a seminar like at Ruth Chris on January 10th and 12th. You get to know about the different types of annuities. Can it make sense for your portfolio? And then we might want to use some alternative investments. And alternative investments are they're non-correlated to the stock market. Like I said earlier in the show, Carol, people are tired of that roller coaster ride. They want something else. Give me something else, Ryan, that no one else is talking to me about. And I'll come with you, and I'll become a client. And that's what I'm doing. And that's why this firm is so explosive right now, because people are talking about it because no one else is talking about the things that I'm talking to them about.
His phone number is 480-729-6246. He does free consultations. You can also call in here and get his white paper that he wrote. He's got several of them. Right now, we're giving away the retirement and what you need to know. It is everything soup to nuts. Very, very extensive with graphs. It's in color. I love it. And I do believe that everybody should take a look at it and have it and see whether or not all of these, something may fit in your portfolio that you don't have. Yeah. And he is building your portfolio for you. He is a portfolio designer. It's a designer. And he wants to have a visit with you, sit down and talk to you, find out if you're a good fit with each other. Our number here, 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Go ahead.
Yeah, so let me just talk about, what you could experience if you come in and have a visit with me. Really, what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to talk about you, your goals, and your dreams. But also, too, I want to get back to those 3 very important questions, right? What's the purpose? What's your future income needs? And what are your liabilities? So what I want to do is I want to look at your whole financial picture, okay? So, when you come in, We want you to bring your statements, your broker statements, your stocks, bonds, mutual funds, those traditional type of assets that you've had for 20 to 30 years. And what I'm going to do, Carol, for all the listeners, I'm going to do a stress test, a no obligation, no fee stress test. All right, we're just going to show the listeners and what's going on with their portfolio, how much in fees they're paying, what's their standard deviation, what's the volatility within their portfolio. If another 2008 comes back around, how much are they going to lose? I could show the listeners that. And it's like, how do you know that? Well, there's very sophisticated things that we do with a portfolio, how we break it down. I have an incredible back office team, very robust team, that we get dirty. We will definitely dig into the portfolios and say, why do you have this? Because you hold this in a couple different mutual funds. Why don't we sell this position, hold it directly? Why are we paying all these other fees within these mutual funds? So let's lower your costs, lower your fees, hold the position directly, and gosh, guess what? Now our returns are doing better because we're not eroding it because of fees. So that's a no obligation, no fee stress test that I'll provide the listeners if they come in. And trust me, when people see this, they love it. They're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
You can call us. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can get the retirement and what you need to know white paper that he wrote. You can also call him direct. His office number is 480-729-6246, and the website is firstlinefin.com. If you want someone to show you something that no one else has, you got to go to Ryan, right?
Absolutely.
I love that. That is
Absolutely.
That's your tagline. That's awesome. Go ahead.
Hey, if you guys have the time, come to Ruth Chris. You're going to have a great evening. You're going to get some great information on annuities, okay? Annuities, you have a lot of people.
And why you shouldn't be afraid of them. Why are some people afraid of them?
Yeah, there's definitely been some bad press about annuities. I solved that riddle at the seminar, okay? Like I said, Carol, there's good and bad annuities. There's good and bad mutual funds. There's good and bad life insurance. There's good and bad trucks and cars, right? I mean, so we need to know what are the pros, the cons, and the strings attached of every vehicle that we look at before placing in your portfolio to see if it makes sense. But when you come to the seminar, you're going to get an in-depth look at the 4 different types of annuities. We're going to talk about the black sheep of the industry annuity, because there is a black sheep, and it has high fees and it hasn't done very well. Okay, it made sense in the 80s and the 90s, but in today's society with interest rates and the volatility of the market, it doesn't really fit in certain portfolios. So that's where we're going to really get dirty in the seminar. We're going to learn about that, but we're going to look at why does it make sense now to put a portion of your portion of your portfolio into an annuity, because once again, you might need that pension, that lifetime income if you don't have it.
I think there's a lot of people out there that probably don't have it because what has happened with our crash.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people that maybe they haven't retired yet. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Those people definitely have to think about it. Maybe they didn't work for someone, they worked for themselves, and they don't have a pension, right?
Well, they used to work for General Motors, right?
Or someone.
I call them Generous Motors because they're giving pensions away like crazy. But now, General Motors, they don't give pensions away anymore. Right. 1974, the world
has changed, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to change again. There's a lot going on. Also, a lot of people are holding tight too.
Yes.
With what's coming on in the. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, since we have the new president stepping in soon, and what our thoughts are for going forward? Because people in your world are very, very cautious right now.
Absolutely. I'm an optimist. Okay, I really believe in our country and what we could do as people. I know your next guest, David, he's going to talk a lot about that. So, but I think it's going to be great. I think Donald Trump's going to do good things, and as an optimist, I want to see us do a lot better than we are.
If you already have someone, you should get a second opinion. If you want someone to give you some information that no one has ever given you, this is the guy to talk to. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You're going to get the white paper, retirement, and what you need to know. Check him out. It's firstlinefin.com.